The UCI's book of rules and regulations are ever growing. The idea is to make racing safe and fair. But this gave me an idea. Why don't I perform some of those illegal techniques and find out if, well, they've been banned for good reason or they're just a whole load of codswallop. Now, I should warn you that this video is performed by a professional in a controlled environment. Right, let's see if I survive this video. This one is known as the Superman. Now, as you can imagine, the pros didn't try that often. Not only is it incredibly dangerous, it's also incredibly uncomfortable. But this is actually said to be the most aerodynamic position. Oh, it's living uncomfortable. Then when you come to corners, well, let's just say it's not easy to go around these bends in this position. It's very aerodynamic and incredibly uncomfortable. Right, this one's done. That one is definitely the most uncomfortable. I have to say, if the pros want kids, don't do that position. And it's been banned for very good reason. But it's said to be 24% faster than the normal drop bar descending position. So it's fast, it's just very uncomfortable. Now, in some races, it has actually been done. Tom Pidcock, the Olympic champion, has actually crossed the line in some of his cyclocross races in that Superman position. But that's about it. Right, I think it's about time we do a more comfortable same position if I want to actually live. Cool. Now, this next descending technique is leaning right over the back of the saddle. I first saw Marco Pantani do it at the Giro d'Italia in the Tour de France. And then Magnus Backstedt, Paris-Roubaix champion 2004. Now, this is aerodynamic. It's said to be 14% faster than the normal descending position. And I guess it's because you're outstretched and you're tucked up around the back of the saddle to make yourself as small as possible. It's quite comfortable, but it doesn't allow you much control, especially going around those corners. Now, if I'm honest, that one wasn't too bad. Your hands were still covering the brakes, meaning you've got a little bit of control, especially on your speed. And for those bigger riders, it allows them to get longer and smaller on the bike. But the UCI actually banned this because your bum is not on the saddle, making it unstable. Which, well, I guess I kind of agree with. Oh, nearly fell off. Now, this next one is quite similar to the last one. Your bum's off the saddle, but instead of being on the back of the bike, you're over the front of the bike. Now, this was actually quite popular with the pros, especially on those long alpine descents. It got them nice and aero. But I've got to say, it actually feels quite dangerous. It's fast, but you haven't got an awful lot of control. And if in an emergency you hit an obstacle or a stone, well, let's just say you're not going to be able to control the bike that well. Like, even here now on these corners, it's really hard to control the bike when your weight is so far over the front of the bars. This next position may remind you of a famous cyclist. Yes, his name is Chris Froome. Now, he was seen using this position at the Tour de France in 2016 off the Col de la Périssorde. Now, it is quick, and you also get the benefit of being able to pedal when you're on those longer sections. You're basically sitting on the top tube. I have to say, though, it is quite uncomfortable. Now, the idea behind this position is that you're low and you're small up the front end, meaning you're more aerodynamic. It's said to be 9% faster than the usual drop bar position. Now, the UCI banned this for not being safe, your bum needs to be on the saddle. And if I'm honest, my bum would prefer to be on the saddle. This is bloody uncomfortable. Fast, but uncomfortable. Now this next one's known as puppy paws, and I'm afraid there's no puppies in this one. It's nicknamed puppy paws because your hands are dangling over the front of the bars. Now this one was really popular with the pros actually, especially on the flat, so they could get in a nice TT position without being on a TT bike. I've got to say though, it's quite uncomfortable on the old forearms, and it is quite dangerous because, well, you can't grab the brakes. But I think we should give it a go, even though they didn't really do it on descents, they did it on the flat. But hey, let's see what can happen. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it for long, that's all. So there you go, it's a really aerodynamic position, but I just can't touch the brakes. So going on a descent like this, well, yeah, let's just say I myself, because it's like the ultimate death grip. Look, there's no way you can do this on a descent. I can hold it for about 4 seconds before I pick up loads of speed and then myself. So yeah, I guess I can see why the pros didn't do this on descents, and they definitely just kept it for the flat where you can maintain the speed properly. Doing this on a descent, you can't control your speed. Look, one more go. Look, even this corner. Okay, there we go. We're at a comfortable speed. But in 2 seconds, I'm gonna have to touch the brakes because we're coming to a hairpin. Yeah, that's just dangerous. Nah, not doing that. So there you have it, a few of the illegal descending techniques that, well, in my mind, have been banned for good reason, especially on alpine twitchy descents like this. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget, leave me a comment if I've missed a position, and maybe I'll redo the video. All for entertainment. Now, if you hear that rumbling, that's because of the thunder. So I'm gonna cut this video now, and I'll check you out in another video, because literally the heavens are about to open. And I've all in one piece, which is ideal.